Actually, on time.
At least me need them, not sure. So overwhelmingly, first of all, I said we're going to start. I'm using a timer tonight. So I said we're going to start on time, and we're on time. 30 minutes for each one. And the first one we're going to start off with tonight is
The 9-year-old girl.
the 9-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Greetings. What going on, family?
Yes, I want to make a comments on those two topics what you have, sir.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay, all right. I'm starting with the youngsters first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is a disaster and sad moment in Jamaica with those two young children. One going to prison, one lose their life.
Yes.
I think some demon is in that little boy.
President Trump accepted an invitation for
He cannot be normal.
dictator.
I don't know.
Your TV is too loud, family. Your TV. Your TV. We can hear you. I won't cut you off, but your TV is too loud. So turn the TV down and talk to us. So we're starting off tonight talking about that exactly because overwhelmingly the audience has said, please start off with that. So that's where we're starting with tonight. All right. We're going to take it to a level tonight that's extremely deep, but I want everybody to ride along with what we're about to take, where we're about to take it to. So go on, brother, talk.
I'm saying, man, I feel it to my heart, man. I cannot believe what really happened with those youngsters. They go to the same school, right?
Yes.
And what they really say happened, because I didn't get the story fully, but I saw a little brief moment of it, you know? So what they really say happened.
All right, well, once you say what you have to say, then hang up and let me talk to the audience, and we're going to run it down from the beginning to the end. All right? Thanks for calling in. And big up yourself.
But I have to touch my father part too.
All right. Well, we don't reach that yet.
But just take my car, to get you back, it's gonna be a disaster to get back to you to mention about the Mavado.
All right, go ahead and say a Mavado, please.
Yeah, the Mavado situation now, I don't think nothing gonna come out of that because people not gonna give away Mavado pertaining to the conspiracy. The only thing he can charge is assault. Common sense can tell you that. You understand me?
Right.
So I don't think nothing gonna really come out of that, apart from maybe get assault charge to box the youth or punch the youth and stuff like that. But my father has to be more careful. I cannot believe he make a mistake like that. Because first to comment, if your son in problem in Cassava piece, and you are a famous artist on the international scene, my common sense would tell me he's supposed to report to the police station, and he and the police then go down to Cassava piece and solve it. Instead of going down there by himself and punch the dude in his face. You understand me? So he may make a mistake. So, but it's gonna solve. So I'm gonna let someone else talk. Go ahead.
All right.
And continue with your show.
All right. Bless up here.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to start off tonight by talking about the little girl first. She was 9 years old, right? And the person that's responsible for her disappearance / murder is a 13-year-old boy. Greetings, welcome.
Hi, good night, Souflotv. Good night, Brains. How are you
Good
guys
night.
doing?
We're good.
How you doing?
This is Jojo. I'm doing okay. The thing with the 9-year-olds is still a shock to me. I'm still wondering how is it that a 13-year-old or what could have confined a 13-year-old to do something like this. A 9-year-old. Honestly, I think we have lost our young children.
No, wow, we're on track now. Yes, talk up.
We have lost our young children. The things that see these technologies on a whole, the things that we give to our children is what destroys them.
All right.
Because they have these gadgets and all these things, and they watch all sort of stuff on it, and the music that they listen to as well. Everything is an influence, and we as parents are not standing grounds to put them back in the right way.
All right.
So honestly, it have a big impact. We as parents have a big impact on our kids.
Yep.
Every caller has 2 minutes tonight, and as soon as you're done, I'm gonna pick up right where you left off because you touch on something very important, and that's where I'm gonna start off from.
Okay, no problem. I'll call back for the Mavado if I get through. If not, I'll leave my comments.
Big up yourself. Enough respect, and thanks for calling in here.
All right.
Bless up. All right, check it. Greetings.
Souflotv.
Yes, family.
Yeah, man. Alex, that's from Jamaica, Buckayard, man.
All right, what going?
Really, I said, yeah, man. Respect. Well, I say big shout out to Margaret High School first and foremost.
All right.
About the topic that I think as my lady mentioned that family, I think family has failed. The idea of family parenting, motherhood and fatherhood, thing that failed. The purpose of rising crime in Jamaica and various institutions like all the police force, the education system, everything's a fail. I have a backlash back on where say I play back right now. Everything a fail.
Very true.
I don't think they sign the news though. So one child they choose that. I don't think it's any news. Them thing happen from like almost every single day. Just that you don't get highlight. But that's the main problem. You don't get highlight.
Not really, brother. No, not really. But now let's
stuff that happen more frequent. Them things happen frequently.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what my grounds them said.
All right.
We pick up from where we said start from, yeah.
And you're right on the ball. But we're gonna expound upon that some more.
As I said, I think everybody feels. Really, the churches feel, education system feel, parents feel.
Right.
Because everybody feel, the individual himself feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I think.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for calling in here.
Yeah, man.
All right. Bless up, family. All right. So check it out. I'm going to turn this volume down and don't accept calls for a couple of minutes just to say something so we get on a track. Because the call, see that? Caller coming in right now. Caller, I can see you. Please call back. Watch this. What I wanted to start us off with is the fact that, okay, I was talking about earlier about Jamaican children being very traumatized. And you know, they have a saying that hurt people hurt people. If you take that statement by itself, hurt people hurt people. Okay? This youth at 13 years old, believe it or not, he has been hurt. Okay? Somebody needs to go find out who hurt him.
Yeah.
Where and when was he hurt? Who is the source of his pain? Because what you saw that he did, people, believe me, somebody send me the picture of the little girl and I can describe it to you and make it clear in a description, but I could never show it on Souflotv or even here. The little girl in our school uniform and our dress lift up and our little crutches out the door and our leg them spread wide open. It has been confirmed now after tests have been ran or postmortem, right, that she was actually strangled to death. So news run it and say there were no bruises on her body, all that other stuff. She definitely was sexually assaulted, okay? the thing that one of the callers called in earlier and said, my thing is this. Enough people are blaming upon dancehall music and it too X-rated and all that. I want people to come away from that. And I want you to think, this is no longer 2012. We're in 2018. Technology has gone so far ahead. The smallest child, the poorest individual in the back part away over there have a phone, a smartphone, and 24 hours access to the World Wide Web, right? They picnic them right now. I look upon live pornography. And I'm not talking about just regular pornography, a man having sex with a woman. And in Jamaica, those of us think, okay, that is normal and within bounds. We are talking about man a sex man, man a sex animal, woman a sex animal, sadomasochistic sexual deviancy. We are talking about all kinds of weird stuff our children are being exposed to. You understand what I'm saying to you? So right now, it is out of the hands anymore of, because guess what? If you set yourself in a Jamaica right now, or any one of the Caribbean islands, or any country, period, if you say to yourself right now, my child is forbidden to have one of these phones right here, guess what? Their friend has one, and them little friend are gonna say, hey man, look at this. Look on this right here. So your poor picnic don't even know what am I watch. They don't know if they turn the phone this way or if they should turn it that way. And by the time they figure it out, they go back and they watch it again and they watch it again and they watch it again to the point where they're aroused, or they want to try that out, or they want to see it in a real life and these kinds of things. That is what is going on. So people the basics of it is blaming dancehall. To me, dancehall music is minor compared to what has taken over our children. But of course, we will always continue to blame the small, right? Without looking at the bigger picture.
And look at the things that they're showing on TV now. In Jamaica, when I was growing up, I only had TVJ and CVM. That was it. And my parents used to like monitor what I watch on TVJ and CVM. Now they have like 50 channels, and they just go surfing. And most of the time their parents are not even home to be monitoring them, because their parents have to go out and make ends meet.
Yeah.
So that's in itself is a whole another thing.
And it also goes back to remember when we were talking about our children being desensitized to certain things?
Yeah.
All right. So one time, say a massive car accident happened in Jamaica. Vehicle lick up, body fly out. Mr. One woman body bent up to where her head back was touching the back of her feet, right? Stomach bust open. Do you know that a lot of people were actually running over there with cameras, phone cameras, to see what going? See our next youth, them cut him in our neck right there. So this is your jugular vein that actually sends oxygenated blood to your brain. The man up on the ground like this. Do you know what everybody was saying? Him dead yet? No, man, I don't think him dead. Me think him dead enough. Nobody was trying to rush him to the hospital, throw him in the back of a car, bring him to a... So we have become so desensitized. And remember, it's not us adults that are seeing this only. Our children are there witnessing this also. And this is the backlash now, right? That's why our children can stab up each other after school in a one little dispute over who like who. Push a knife in her chest and cover her mouth, kidnap her, draw her away in the bush, and all these kinds of things. This is what the backlash is for us, for our children. You understand? And this is what Jamaica is going to have to deal with, or any so-called third world Caribbean country is going to have to deal with. Let's take this call. Greetings, family. Welcome.
Yes, good evening, Souflotv.
Yes. Please turn your device down, please, so you can hear us and we can hear you.
Okay, let me turn it down. Yeah, okay, no problem. Souflotv, good evening, you and Brains. Hear what I'm saying, right? I hear you saying something wrong with the boy. Ain't no much nothing wrong with him. Him can't be bad getting bad papa. The shot of them breed up the shot of them and the rape of them. Enough rape of them Jamaica, you know, so Souflotv.
Yeah, but obviously something is wrong with them.
No must nothing wrong with him, Souflotv. No must.
So you're gonna tell me say a normal person not gonna do that?
No, because them born just like that. Some of them think that it's just for being a bastard. Them born just like that. Them wicked and evil, you see what I want.
I refuse to believe that then.
What you say?
I refuse to believe that.
Come on, man.
All right. Every caller have 2 minutes tonight, so go ahead and state what you say, and then let me pick up from where you left off.
Yes, nothing wrong with him. That's what I'm saying. Plain and simple. More than him just born wicked. Maybe him get it from him father, generation to generation. Some of them people are just wicked Souflotv. Nothing probably happen to him. And I guarantee you nobody hurt him or anything. They're just wicked. Anyway, we're gonna make your other caller come in and have a blessed evening.
All right, big up yourself and thanks here.
Thanks for the calling in.
Yeah, man.
All right. May I have to mute the phone again to address that. Let me tell you something. There's a danger in us sitting here on a platform like this with a channel with over 80,000 subscribers that span globally and saying nothing wrong with him just born wicked. Let me tell you something. When white people and white picnic in America go shoot up school, they find every excuse in the book as to what is wrong with them intellectually. When we do it, them say with us born so. So for us to come and sit here and talk about nothing what's wrong with them, you know, them just born so, we're confirming what the oppressors have been saying about us, are using to crucify us for the longest. I refuse to believe that we're picking them just born so. My son never born to go draw when no little girl and rape her in a bush at 13 years old and she's 9 and then strangle her to death. Something happened along the way. Something happened from birth to the point of that incident, and we have to look at that space. Me not in no religion that deep when me gonna talk about generational curse and all these things.
Family curse, or they obey him. Like it kills me when people talk about how it's.
Thank you, Carleen Vidal. Nobody is born evil. Evil is learned. You understand? These kinds of behaviors are learned. These kinds of behaviors are learned. So, me not gonna crucify my people them up here and sit up here and talk about some of them born so. No, sir. That's dangerous what we're doing, you know. Yeah. If we actually sit here and say some of we just born so. Somebody right now sitting out there recording this. See, even they say it. They admit to it that they're just born like this.
Yeah,
we're not just born this way.
We're born killers and monsters, and that's the narrative that they try to paint anyways.
Right.
So if we're confirming it, what are we doing?
We're signing our death warrant, because when they're ready to execute, there's nothing we can say. We're gonna be sitting there saying, "Yep, kill the whole of it because we're just born so." I can't do it. I can't do it. This is crazy. It's crazy and it's sad. We can't do this. Greetings, family.
Souflotv, what up?
One family.
There. What's up, Brand?
Hi.
Yeah. Well, you need a longer, like you say, I do half an hour each still, but I think these topics need like an hour each still.
Yeah, they do, but we're gonna work with what we have for now.
There's a lot to discuss. All right, here's the thing I answer, right? They said basically the kids them not born, so right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, first of all, I understand good and evil in everybody.
Correct.
You understand? So,
correct.
So some of the kids them do born with evil tendencies.
No, good and evil. I wouldn't say good and evil in everybody in a family. I would say the how should I say it now? The capability to be evil and the capability to be good is in everybody.
It's in everybody.
Yes.
Course. So you know.
So you're not just born evil. There's the capability to be evil within oneself, and there's the capability to be good as well.
Right, but then again, I can understand say some people it takes certain stuff to bring it out.
Yeah,
you know
everybody.
That's learned though.
Thank you. Say it again, baby.
That's learned. what it takes to bring out good and evil is learned behavior from your environment or from your parents. That is either nature versus nurture. So that's
in some aspect, but not all the time. First of all, I think the problem is this. There's a lot of problem with young causes. The first of all problem is this. A lot of people out there have baby at an age in which they're not ready to have kids. You understand? Go for the man and the woman them. You understand? It's like, first of all, to be honest with you, 90% or 80% of the people that may have kids nowadays, they're not fear no baby.
Right.
So, why them have? You understand? People just think, okay, there's sex on one kid and that's it. No, it takes a lot. You have to understand yourself before you can understand your kids there. You get where I come from? So that's the issue right now in our society. You understand? Enough people have kids when they're ready to have kids. Them are kids themselves, not because they're old, mean to them understand life or understand themselves. No. So you find out that the kids that will come up now, them lost, really. Like you said, them lost.
Nurse Marchand says it right here. Yeah, I understand where your system from.
Yeah, good point about kids having kids at this point, because they don't already have. Most women nowadays already have children.
Absolutely, but now we can take out a call still. We come back here later.
All right, bless up here.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. All right, this caller I have to get. Sorry for cutting you off before, caller. Welcome and thanks for calling back.
Yeah, I think when you have children, you have to monitor them, and along with monitoring them, you see different behaviors in your children. And when you see different behavior in your children, then you address it as soon as you see it. Because a lot of times what happens is we tolerate things that are not right. Then these things breed in our children, and then they grow up with these things that we tolerate. And a lot of times it turned out to be disastrous. So I see a lot of times where we laugh at things that our children do. Oh, it's funny and it's cute. But the society that we live in today, just like, we have these school shootings in America, the society that we live in today, those things are not funny. It's not cute, and it should not be tolerated, because it all, like I said, it breeds into things that are very dangerous.
Yes.
Facts.
True. Very true.
Facts. Exactly.
It has nothing to do with, if you breed a child. I've had 7 kids, 5 girls and 2 boys. Okay, my mama always taught me, you lay in your bed, you make your bed, you lay in it. All right. You breed kids in this world, it is your responsibility. It doesn't matter if the whatever parent is there needs to raise your children without excuses.
Amen. Yes.
Without excuses, because there are so many means that we can use to raise our children. And if you don't know, you better learn how to survive, because if you made them, you need to take care of them.
True.
Facts.
True.
Facts. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Good night, and God bless both of you.
All right. Blessings too. All right. Man, she hit that on the head.
Yeah.
She hit that on the head. Listen. There's no way we can go around this thing. Okay? We have to be there for our kids. Big up to Ola, Sunflower Jam, big up yourself. A real loyal subscriber and someone that tunes into everything that is intellectual and important on this channel. We have to be there for our kids, right? Someone said on here in the comment section that the parents is to be blamed. In today's society, the parents are to be blamed to a certain degree, but
our children have too much outside influence.
Let me tell them about Farah. All right. So my son, right? My oldest son just turned 16, and he laughs at me when I try to keep up with him on social media. I said to him, are you on Instagram? Because I'm there. Are you on Facebook? I'm there. Are you on YouTube? I'm there. And him laugh.
Snapchat.
He laughs. Snapchat, I'm there. He laughs, and he was like, Dad, you can't keep up. There's too many social media outlets and sites out here for you to even try to keep up with me. I'm just out here. Am I to be blamed if he's into things that he's not supposed to be seeing? Or I'm trying my best, right? Laugh him a laugh, yes, because there's too much out here. There's too much out here. So we can't really blame the parents them unless that parent was truly neglectful.
Yeah.
Now let's wind it back to what we're talking about. We're talking about a 9-year-old with 5 minutes left in the session. We're talking about a 9-year-old girl, you know, and a 13-year-old boy, 2 babies.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? 2 babies. And we can say all day, that little boy there, him born evil and all this. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I really believe that this little boy was hurt at some point in his life, probably repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And has been exposed to some things that probably a lot of us weren't even exposed to.
Yeah.
And this was the outcome. My biggest cry along the way is this. Jamaican children, and I might say Jamaican in this video, but if you're from Antigua, Guyana, Grenada, any part of the Caribbean, you can take it the same way because we're all one people going through the same thing.
Yeah.
These children are being exposed to things that they're not supposed to be exposed to. This is going to be the end result of that. And they are being desensitized.
Yeah.
They're being desensitized to lust and violence over and over and over again. So the only way that we can actually save these children is to what?
Monitor everything they do.
Even if we monitor everything they do, babe, we can't save it.
Yeah, we just have to do our best. Like, literally, that's all we can do.
All right. Miss Lady said, I take the phones and cut off the TVs. And I explained to you earlier, take the phone, cut off the TV. Them have a friend who have a phone and a TV. And they're watching that TV when you're not around, and they're watching that friend phone when that friend is sharing the latest madness they have seen on their phone with them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way. It is the way of the world today that we're living in. The way of the world today that we're living in. I think the basics of saving our children is to start sitting down with them and actually talking to them. Where I think we have failed as adults is that do as I say, not as I do kind of thing.
Yeah.
You understand? And that not gonna work no more.
Yeah, or you should be seen,
but
never
not heard.
That I talked about on my channel already.
Them they're not going to work no more. We need to start sit down and talk to the youth. Them like, I hate to say it because at one time people used to be like, I don't want to be my youth friend. I don't want to be a friend of my kids. I'm the parent and I draw the line here. No, I think you need to stop being a friend. I think you really need to stop being a friend. I think you need to infiltrate and get inside and figure out what the hell is going on within. You understand? Because at different times nowadays, no more of that. Do as I say, not as I do. That's not working no more.
Yeah.
The kids, them ain't blind. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
And too many adults are hypocrites.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Too many adults are hypocrites.
And they act like they never did or they never did anything in their whole entire life.
Right.
And they're saints all their life.
Right.
And they don't use their mistakes to teach their kids what to do. They act like, oh, it was in the past and it never happened.
Let's take this call because we have 1 more minute in this session. Welcome, family. Greetings. All right. You're going to have to turn down your device, please, and thank you. Yes, family, walk on. Yes, you have to turn on your TV or wherever you watch upon. Yeah.
I think in society now, the problem is we can't really blame the parents, as you said, because time moves so fast now, and it's not every parent have the know to keep up with the children and social media and so, you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's when they give you the youth them lunch money, the youth them themselves will save it and buy them phone and so on. More of them had it and you don't know.
Yeah.
And when people blame it on dancehall music, I don't think it's dancehall music because dancehall was always dancehall, you see me? It's just that it get kind of more raw or you get me saying?
Right.
When you see the TV and especially YouTube, you play a major part in the young people like, because me watch YouTube and me see my friend them watch YouTube and the things them when them look and look at things when them watch on TV, you see me? So it's not really dancehall music. Dancehall is just dancehall. You get what I say?
Because if I use some point youth where them can build a bomb or something, them gonna pick up and say, yo, friend, look at them, we can build a bomb now, and then look later in my ear say the bomb blow up on the front building. See me?
True.
So it's not much of dance and thing. And it's just that it's a lot of parents can't really keep up with the children nowadays, as I said. So yeah, man, just it's true.
Facts. Bless up family. All right. So that has brought us to the end of this discussion, and rightfully so. Someone said that 30 minutes is way too short. 30 minutes is way too short for this type of a topic, but that's what we're working with tonight. We want a solid 1 hour show where we put 30 minutes into one topic and 30 minutes into the other. That was us ending the whole discussion about the 13-year-old that was
the 9-year-old that was killed by the 13-year-old.
Right, the 13-year-old was pulled into custody because of the 9-year-old and things that happened from that incident. And we're going to go on now into
Mavado Cassava piece.
Mavado Cassava piece. So anybody that's calling now, please make sure that you're calling concerning Mavado and Cassava piece. All right? And we're going to take our first call on that. Here we go. Yes, family.
So, adding you back in on the Mavado case. Now, hear me clearly, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we're here. We can hear you clearly.
Okay, as for the Mavado case, he went there to quash a rivalry, based on what I have heard so far.
Right, allegedly.
For him quashing that, I think there is more to it. First and foremost, his son. I think his son is a problem child, and I think he could have dealt with a better way. If he know that there is a problem, why didn't he go about it a different way instead of going there? I know he's an entertainer, and probably he think going there would make a difference. But how is it that you're going to go there, try to fix something, and then retaliate with the person who you're trying to fix it? How does that make sense? And the mere fact that he go back the man or whatever him do there, he was wrong. Him can't do that and expect that all go well, given to the society that we are living in and given to which thing come from and all of that. What he did was totally wrong and out of place, and honestly, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but whatever charges they have on him, they're probably going to find something else to put to it and try to figure out something to either lock him down or have him can't travel for a while or something, then go try running career. We know that for sure.
Right.
And then go try to live down and try to do whatever they can do before they release him. But in all, what he did was wrong. I think he should have dealt with it a better way. Because him can't back to a man and then go station. He go get charged or go and get something there so they box and box the man.
Right.
The assault. So, but honestly, with the situation that is going on now with him, it's not a good look for the community. Because there's going to be a lot of feeling, a lot of innocence going to lose their life because of him. And I guess they're not going to stop until they get what they want, which is him.
All right. All right, check it. Let me say this first. Over here on this platform, I don't deal with disrespect. So if you're going to start using the F word and talking about y'all or suck mother and call our talk F-free, and don't even bother, because I'm tightly monitoring the comment section, and as soon as you drop any of those or anything close to it, I'm just gonna erase the comment, and then I'll try to block you from here, right? Everybody have their opinion. You might feel a way about Mavado because you either know him in a personal life, which majority of you don't, or you feel like, say, are your favorite artist, so you really know him, which majority of those people are fanatics about fans, right? Keep it on a level where we can have a conversation. That's what I'm saying. So it's a unbiased conversation. It's a public event that happened. Whether you like it or not, it's a public event that happened. More than one news entity have repeatedly reported on this. So people have the right to speculate and say what they want to say. You have no right to tell people them can't talk about this God, them not knowing nothing. You didn't tell the news media that. So leave it out, okay? That's the second part of our conversation tonight, and we're going to go in depth into this. So let's go there. Now, my feeling about the whole Mavado thing. First of all, babe, how you feel about it? Let the queen speak.
Quite honestly, I don't feel like it's a good look for him. And especially since he left Jamaica and they said that they needed him to come back and talk to them, and he still hasn't showed up. He issued an apology. That is just bringing more suspicion to him, especially with the amount of people that has died after the altercation. That is going to put your name in a bad light and bad situation, even if those crimes or murders that happened has nothing to do with your altercation or what happened with you and your son. They're directly correlated.
Right.
So you need to fix it.
Facts. Now, here's the thing. Here's how I feel about it. That whole him leaving Jamaica thing, I've said it before. He is an international artist.
Yeah.
Right? More than likely, he had business leading up to that time period where he had to go and tend to that business.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't feed a family. A lot of people are under the presumption that Mavado has his U.S. citizenship, which he does not.
Yeah.
Right? He's a green card holder. And if you know anything, you know that that green card can be revoked at any time. Right? You also should know that the U.S. immigration
and
works hand in hand with the Jamaican immigration. So at any point, they can conspire or not conspire, but they can knock heads together and say, look, we need him back here. Plus, we need all travel papers cut for this. Come on now. We have big name artists that didn't do anything and their papers were cut for years.
Just by allegations and things happening in the media, their travel documents
have been cut right for years.
Just the songs that they sing, what they sing about in their music, and who they're associated with.
That's it.
And that's it. They don't have nothing else, and they don't allow them to travel.
Right.
So imagine this happening.
Right, where shots were actually fired. And people died immediately after. And like within the same day, you know.
And you actually went to the police station and put out a statement and did a whole report.
Right.
So
the thing that bugs me out about this is people quick for tell you, yo, stop talking, shut the F up, and know what I'm going. Like, chill out. Chill out. We are here and we are able to look at the whole thing and say, okay, we see what I'm going. We might not have the inside scoop, but looking in from the outside, which is where law enforcement is looking in from, it's the same position we're looking in from. It's the same position immigration is looking in from. Everybody else on the outside is looking in from this same position where they're gonna say, well, I don't have any proof that he did anything, but we definitely cannot deny that once his incident took place, this followed and this followed and this followed. Bring him in and talk to him and see what happened.
Yeah.
Is he very powerful in Jamaica? Yes, he is. Is he very powerful in that part of Jamaica? Yes, he is. When you have millions of dollars in Jamaica, especially, you have a lot of yes man around you. Okay? And when you have status as well as money, you have people that will do things without even your command. And that I've also said that Mavado don't have to give the order, you know. Mavado don't have to give the order. If I'm a person that a Clarendon me come from, and if me go back to a certain part of Clarendon and feed people all the time, right, and make my area nice again all the time, then there is nothing that there are people there that will actually do things on my behalf in order to make sure that I am able to still put pot on fire.
Yeah.
You understand? And I might know nothing about it. All I know is that a boy had diss me and him disappear. And I'm sitting over here saying, blood clean, look how it work out. But in truth and in fact, it directly has to do with my incident, but without my knowledge.
Yeah.
This is where the intellectual argument comes in. And this is where people that are challenged in this area are gonna have a problem with. Like Yardman, Denton, Informer, Boy, and all these things. I don't know if you're calling me Informer or if you're calling Mavado Informer, but either way, I'm gonna take that off the screen. Okay? Let's take this call. Greetings, family. Walk on. Madaya, I know.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just as long as I want you to know. Hey, so, just a call about this mobile thing, yo. So, first of all, me never did it. You never did it. Nobody never did it. And like you say, I look from the inside out like the police officer.
Yeah, from the outside.
You know, I can keep them the fire. Huh?
Yeah, we look from the outside in.
Yeah, and you know, when I'm going, I just said to me already, say, move on have the US citizenship. They say, no, and it won't work with government. I say, no, the man do not have his US citizenship. The man have a green card and they can revoke it at any time.
Correct.
And not only that, I'm still a citizen of Jamaica. So Jamaica, those official documents belongs to Jamaican government. So while they would take in documents, US, only can do the revoke visa part, but the travel document from passport can get taken or everything, and they coordinate. And we see people on all your blog, when we see you put up there, the top up, because if your place and if you want and them things, and me as I say, I call you from me, I say, why would you them call you informer when not JBC, RGR or TVG and them things there, I say, it's the same thing. Why don't you go there and say, man, see them run? If him run, or if he turn up, or if he go in a car, whatever, you know, Jamaica people have it say you run the police station. But my question is, you think Mavado should have go back at Jamaica State here when they ask him to come back?
If me think him should have?
Yeah, like, even though he probably have some show to do, we should have go back and sit there when they be asking to come back and squash everything. Because the longer it take, me think the longer it take, and more things they might look into and try to put things on it.
All right, when you're done with the statement, I'll address that.
Yeah. So that me ask if you think him should have gone, because I think him should have go back, even though he probably have contract agreements following up to that date. But I mean, it's just the weirdest. Because look what he do, you know, say the entertainer, the police man, I look after him, I look for the entertainer, but cartel, alkaline. And like you say, justice for one, justice for all. Because see also my blog that them, not time people blog that them up there now. I thought they were they just disappear, gone, you know.
Same. All right, brother.
So, yeah, come on.
Bless up here.
All right.
All right. Do I think Mavado should have turned himself in immediately and reported? That's a hard one. But yeah, if it was me, I personally would have. This one I want to know. Anybody know if Mavado, can remember, it's not only Mavado, you know, Chase Cross, which is Mavado's cousin, has been. How the fuck that's flying in the house? Chase Cross, which is Mavado's cousin, has been charged with assault, you know. He has actually been charged, not just held, right? And now we want to know this, and that is stemming from the same incident, all right? So who did Chase Cross assault? News report also says that the shooter in Mavado's case has been held after Mavado went to the police station and made a complaint. So Mavado actually told who shot after him. Yeah. So we want to know the backstory for all that as well. Like I said, we're all on the outside looking in. Now people are saying, another thing before I go any further. His 16-year-old son is in police custody. He's been in police custody for days now. Has he been released yet? There is no news of the son being released yet.
None of the five
family members that were accosted have been released. Yeah. Right. So this is a thing that we need to look into. Is it that serious? To me, this looks very serious. Yeah. Now, if my son, 16 years old, my cousin, catch an assault charge from that same thing, me fly out immediately. Yeah, I have reasons to have flown out. Yeah. should I come back now?
Definitely. If your son,
if it was me as a person, I would have came back already. Then I want you to look at the high-powered lawyers that have been employed. Who them employ? What name they? Peter Champagny, the CM lawyer. Remember one time they said Alkaline had so many days to bring himself in, and then who Alkaline show up with? Peter Champagny. Go do a background check on Peter Champagny and see who he has represented and what his and the cases he has beaten or broken into way lesser sentence than would have been given. Right? Is a very powerful top lawyer. That's not Mavado's primary attorney, but that's the attorney that Mavado has hired to defend his family members that are in custody, right? And of course, if me have money, me want the best attorney too. Now, I'm going to sit up here and say all kind of thing, but I'm not going to sit up here and pretend that Jamaica's justice system is the best in the world and that justice will prevail.
Especially for entertainers or anybody in the entertainment industry. They like to make them definitely paint them out to be something that they're not.
And will somebody, will they see a payday opportunity in this?
Yeah.
Will they see a payday opportunity in this? I think for Mavado, my personal feeling for Mavado is that him should have come back. Him should have never left in the first place. But since he has left already, you can't undo what's already done. So he should have came back immediately. Boom, I had some business to take care of. I have to make money to feed the family. That's what I would have said to them. I went and I took care of it real quick. I secured the bag. I got the check. I'm back. Let's deal with this real quick. It's been a while now. The clock is ticking. And him still not come back. Not only has he not came back, he has not issued a date to which he will be back. Now, if you have contractual agreements have dates on them.
Yeah.
So you should have been able to say to the JCF, look, I have this contract to be at this place by this time, and that is 5 days away from now. Once I'm done with that, on the 6th day, I'll be flying in. To this day, there is still no set time or date for him to return yet. You saw what I say? So,
and while he hasn't issued a date for him to come back, more stuff keep building and building on the case.
Yes, Sunflower Jam, that's where we're at. Unless someone can tell us different, as far as we know right now, his son is still in custody along with the other family members that were held.
Yeah,
right? So, Floyd, someone is out to kill you. Would you give out a date? Well, if someone is out to kill me, I wouldn't give out a date to the public, but I'm talking about give out a date to law enforcement.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, we can't sit here and act like Jamaica law enforcement is 100% law enforcement and it's all good.
Yeah.
Right? There's corruption that runs deep within the ranks. So, and Mavado ain't no just come now and don't know what's going on kind of person.
Exactly,
right?
He look at he can take Vibes Cartel Ninja Man as example.
Like she said, he knows exactly what time it is. So the man I try to protect him life, right? And at the end of the day, self-preservation is what takes over. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are saying, so him have all that money and him fly out and left him son, like I would never leave my child. I'm telling you, when a man is drowning, they grab at straws and leaves. Okay? So, me hear enough people talk about, what, for my daughter or for my son? Jump in front of a bullet until the bullet them start flying. And then them actually take the son and the daughter and put in front of them to block the bullet. And I'm not saying that's what Mavado is doing. I'm just saying self-preservation always takes over. Yeah. Now,
your fight or flight.
Yeah, we keep it real over here, so we're not doing no makeup, fake up thing. Big up to Mavado. We don't have nothing against Mavado. And for the people that keep saying that stuff on social media, look, we're not
about with bias and all that.
We're not into the whole gully Gaza thing. If Mr. Cartel are my artist, it doesn't mean when it comes to real life situations that I'm gonna say Mavado needs to be dead. Or I'm not that stupid.
Or he needs to go to jail, or they need to lock him up, or any of that.
Right. I'm not that stupid.
We say the same thing. Justice for one, justice for all. In
Correct.
any situation.
Correct.
As far as entertainer goes. Same thing with Vibes Cartel, same thing with Mavado, same thing with Family, same thing with Alkaline. We don't hold biases against any entertainer. We speak our opinion, and if it sways one way, it sways one way, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's just our personal opinion.
Facts.
That's just what it is.
Facts. It's funny to see these people in the comment section and them get block and delete, and you're just up here wasting your time. Come with some good conversation. Let's talk to this caller. Greetings, caller. Again.
Yeah, one last thing before the show ends. What I noticed with us Jamaicans is that we take things to a different level. We don't see it as a general situation. We look at it on a side basis. And we need to understand it's not going to end well if we continue doing like that. With music is music. We can't take music and judge people based on what they say or what they do. And from what I'm seeing, we're doing that. And it needs to stop because, as you can see, government offer all our artists them. They said they're not going to stop until every last one of them fall. That's number one for me. And number two, if they can get all of them off of the market to do whatever them have planned to do, they will do whatever it takes. Yep. Like I said before, he was wrong for how things transpire. Him leaving the island, top it off, and then if you allow him can return, only make matters worse for him. They're gonna find all sort of something to pin on him. Don't be surprised if you hear say boy he get charged for shooting with it or some other thing, because something they go come up out of the blues and pin on him for no reason at all. Them like how them whole and family, because they say mass part of this and that. Not saying that we don't know what happened there, but they're always going to find something to pin on the artists, because to me they're just trying to get rid of all of them to just try to start something new. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. All right, so we're about 8 minutes away from ending this 1 hour session, right? One thing I'm gonna say is this: dancehall reggae music is a powerful tool that has enabled many who were not able to go through the traditional educational system to actually outdo those who did, right? So when you can drive in a BMW X6 and live in a big house and fly out on a regular basis and travel more places than the rich man has ever been, right? It kind of creates a discourse in the country. So is dancehall music getting a fight? And the patrons of dancehall music getting a fight in Jamaica? Yes, they are. That's the reason why dancehall has been used as a scapegoat for the longest, right? It is a tool to uplift the ghetto youth them out of the ghetto and become extremely wealthy and even go back and help many more of their own. Don't you notice that anybody that actually uses that tool and then go back in the ghetto and say, yo, you come on the road with me, I get your visa, you're going to travel places you've never been. May I put you on the list as my tailor. You're going to be my drummer. You're going to be my DJ. And next thing you know, one artist rise up out of the ghetto and he's traveling with 5 to 10 men from out of the ghetto, or men and women. Come, stylists have to come with me and all this. My makeup artists have to come with me. They hate that. You by your one self just took 10 more people and 10 people from 10 different families, and they're all earning a check now big enough to support an entire family. So the spider web splits out. No man, you uplift ghetto people and make them better when we need poor people. We need, and so it is also looked at in that way as well.
Because being poor is a business for them.
Say it again, Bill.
Being poor, especially in Jamaica, is a business for them. It's a business opportunity for them to make money. And if they don't have X amount of people that's poor or can't get it, it's no longer a viable opportunity for them to make money off our people. So them try everything in them power to keep we where they want us.
Right.
And that is poor.
Correct.
And anytime somebody that get up to a certain status and start bringing people up out that ghetto or wherever them said them need to stay, you already know it's gonna be some type of issue.
Facts. Facts. So when we do these shows, right, we are talking from many different angles. So we have to relate to this from somebody who come from down in the ghetto, where see it from that angle. Then we have to relate to it from someone that has never been or is not from that part of society that sees it from another biased angle. Then we have to relate to it from put yourself in the artist's shoes of you being fought, and this is your battle for survival. And right, and then you have to relate to it from law enforcement point of view. That is how we do it over here. So when you say we are switch topic and switch, not switching topic, but switching stance to give you a different, or angles, thank you, baby, to give you a different part of the story, that is how we want to bring the whole thing across. So everybody can look on it and say for themselves, say, me not really like that part there, but me agree with that one here.
Yeah. Or I've never thought about it like this. But well, now that he explained it like this, I understand where he's coming from.
Correct. Correct. So here one. Another call is coming in. Let's take a call here. Yeah, family, greetings. Hello? You see, I'm put on my fancy voice. Hello? Yeah. And them hang up. Here one. Personally, like I've said before, if it was me as Mavado, me would have stayed. I would stay and say I could deal with it right now. Yes, me have to put on my speaky spokey, you see me? If I'm me as Mavado, I'm gonna stay and deal with it right now and just get it out of the way. But we can't sit here and be blind. Hey, watch this, watch this. How did they come for Tommy Lee recently? Huh? Mavado no want in that.
At all.
Yes, family, greetings.
Greetings, Souflotv.
What go on?
No, cool, no, man.
Talk, man.
But nothing no go on, man. There, I'm cool, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I want to explain about, talk about Mavado incident that go on in Cassava piece. You know?
Talk now.
Yeah, you know, people, you vloggers, you have to know that you have a big power on this whole matter, on this whole, you know. So you as a big vlogger, as a top vlogger on YouTube, people should not expect certain things from you because you should separate yourself from all other vloggers on YouTube in terms of how you bring the story to your audience.
All right, Carla, where are you from? Gambia?
Not in Gambia. I'm not from Gambia.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
You're from Nigeria?
Yeah.
All right. You're from Mother Africa. Watch me. Don't cut no corners. Each caller has 2 minutes tonight. Speak up and say exactly what you feel like. All right?
What I'm saying that's what I'm explaining. I'm explaining that you vloggers need have a big power on your platform. So you need to be careful to what to bring to your audience and how to bring things. You as a big top vlogger, how can you come and say certain things on your thing? Say when Mavado is in airport, they are going to handcuff him. That's how police do their work. Certain things so flow. You should not bring certain things to your program. Fact is a fact, so flow. You are wrong. You are disrespecting Mavado. It's like you want Mavado to go jail. First, so certain things you should
okay.
You should be careful too because people subscribe to your channel also too.
All right, brother, the people let me say usher you out, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but you being you're not Jamaican, right?
No.
Okay, so what certain things that we speak, we are talking about how law enforcement operates within Jamaica. So if you're not from Jamaica and you don't understand how law enforcement operates there, then you might have been lost.
Why?
Okay?
Excuse me. Then why you come out and make a Mavado like a Yuxen Mavado which is running, making joke out of all the story?
That's
That'll go here. You never make a single joke about the thing. So from me, truth is a truth. Let's start the truth. People subscribe to our channel to have good information from your thing. But now you look like a yachty bus and can mix up them. And it's not supposed to be going like that. You are a top flagger and you say you are not biased. So certain things you need to be careful.
All right. So him get the one hung up for the night because we've actually reached our time. But check this out. What that caller's gripe is about is that us vloggers should not say certain things on our channel. Hear me out. The channel name Souflotv. Her channel name is Brains and the Beat. This is Brains. This is Souflotv. We say what we want to say. Understand? Mm-hmm. Just like how y'all tune into all the other channels who talk one bag of garbage when nothing no goes up. I want to big up people like Dunsbot, Monkey with No Tail, and all of them. When you come over here, you hear our brand of what we have to say as well. The thing about it is he was hitting on something specific where he was talking about you shouldn't say certain things like they might handcuff him at the airport. And this is Jamaican law that we're talking about. So if you don't come from Jamaica, you don't understand this. Your attorney in Jamaica cannot stop police from questioning you. Your attorney's responsibility is to be present when you are being questioned and tell you what to answer and when not to answer. Your attorney can't stop them from put handcuff on you at the airport when you land in the country. Your attorney can be there when them carry you a station for questioning. So who don't understand that?
And he was talking about where you were making joke about us, about you saying both. It's an icon.
Right.
Okay, it was an icon that he used. When all the vloggers use crazy icons that are not even Jamaica, them take some craziness what happened some other part of the world, you guys click and tune in. But if we do something like that, they come and have a gripe with it. It's all fun and games. Like, it's not that serious. It's a icon. If you don't listen to our topics and hear what we have to say intellectually and pick sense out of nonsense and understand how we reason with seriousness, and then we give you some jokes also in it. It's called comedic relief. Then you are not going to understand how we reason, and you're just going to be left behind. You're left in a sauce, basically.
Correct. And we're past our time, so I'm going to say this before I get out of here. People need to understand the difference between being disrespectful or giving constructive criticism. Yeah. You also need to understand the difference between speaking your opinion or being disrespectful. Again, some people will tell you stuff like, "Oh, suck out under your mother." And then you're like, okay, I'm blocking and deleting. And then you have a dumbass that comes up and says something like, "Chill, dog." The people them are going to say them want to say, well, I have the right to not put that up here on my channel. I don't want to see it. Don't want to hear it. I don't stand up here and tell anybody about under them mother and them lie and them this and them that. I argue my points and I expect you to do the same. Mm-hmm. If this is not the kind of platform for you, then take for yourself and go find somewhere where you can express yourself with the people that are more like you, right? And with that said, 3 minutes over and we're out of here, man. Big up the wall on yourself. Enough respect, manners to all the people them that keep it real. Good night. And peace.